Hey pals, John here with the LensPal, and this is our 52 frames challenge of the week. This is motion blur. So we're recording this on Thursday, and we tried a couple of different things throughout the week. We tried hooking the camera into the LiDAR system for the DJI RS3, RS4 Pros, and having that track with a long exposure. That kind of worked. We tried doing like light painting with a subject. We weren't too happy with the results. So we're bouncing ideas around, and we came up with this. This is using our Proaim Compass 360 table. This is, primarily, I'm guessing most people would use this for video work, but we're actually going to be using it for photos. We've got an Amaran 300C with a aperture lantern providing some control. We actually very inventively from Alex, who's behind the camera right now, we borrowed the egg crate, or the grid if you will, from another softbox that has the 25mm. So we've got the skirt, plus we've got the grid to really control this light spill, because I didn't want to get anything on the back here. Now, speaking of the back, this is a nice shiny bit of Perspex that we covered up in black paper. We've got a couple of Manfrotto clamps, a couple of super arms, and a couple of our small rig Magic Arm clamp systems here to hold this in place. Lastly, as far as the non-camera specs of this go, we have one of our nan lights here, and it's on our little Photo Pro UFO tripod thing. This has the flexible legs, so you could wrap this around stuff, but it just happened to be about the right height. I've probably just ruined our picture completely. Just happened to be about the right height for what it is we wanted to do, because we've got that, it's just like right at table level. In terms of what we're going to be taking the picture with, we have a Nikon Z6 II. We could have used a Z8, we could have used a Z6 III, but for one simple problem. You guys have rented them all. So we went with the next best Nikon that we have in stock, which is the Z6 II. We're using the Z-mount 24-120 f4S. Given that we want a long exposure, that f4 aperture isn't a problem for us, because we're actually stopping that aperture like way down. And then on the front of this here, I'm going to come in close to the camera. We have a couple of Prism Lens FX. So we've got the Lucid Dream, and we've got the Ghost V1. So it's going to really sort of give, enhance the motion effect that we're going to see from this. So I'm going to pop this back on here. Now, in terms of our subject, my first thought when I came up with this is, I'll sit on there, I'll get a portrait of me, and we'll have like a flash go off right in my face, so it like freezes me, but I still have motion blur going around. And then Liz came up with a much better idea, which is, why don't you use some of our products? And that got me thinking, Canon EF lenses have this really nice red ring around them. So theoretically, if we've lined this up all square, this will be a nice constant throughout the image as we get motion blur around the rest of it. Now, we've done a couple of test shots, so I know roughly how this is going to turn out, but let me get this up and running. So we're at f22, we're at a 15-second exposure on our extended -1 stop low ISO. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the release mode to a 2-second delay. I'm going to bring it over here, because this light helps focus right there. That is not focused, that is focused. The reason for the 2-second delay is it gives me a chance to get a little bit of motion going as we spin this thing around. It's going to spin, or rather I'm going to spin it for the next 15 seconds, like so, right around now. There you go. And that is the final result. So we might take this into post, maybe just up the vibrancy a little bit on the red, maybe up the luminance on it probably is what we'll do. There we go. We want to do one more. We've got another 13 seconds. Let's do that just for good measure. So I'm gonna get that focus again. We've got, oh, you know what? I'm gonna cancel that because I didn't get my motion going. I'm gonna change that to a 5-second delay rather than a 2-second delay. It gives me a bit of chance to get it spinning. So here we go. 2 seconds to 5 seconds. Make sure we've got that focus right there on that 85, and then start to spin. Here we go. Spin. Just getting it little bits, little pushes. There we go. "13 seconds, 15 seconds. So yeah, we've got a couple of options to play with. There you have it. That is our photo for the 52 frames challenge, this week's topic. Again, motion blur. If you have enjoyed seeing how we put our equipment to hopefully creative uses, interesting uses, one hopes, please consider giving us a like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, smash a bell, and why not join us doing the 52 frames challenge? It's free, doesn't cost anything to enter, just a little bit of time and some of your creativity. And until next time, we'll see you soon.